guys, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Tasha and recently started a makeup blog. So I've been doing makeup on myself and training for about 4 years. And today is like the first proper video I've done, and I've decided that I want to talk to you about foundation and concealers. Because when I've put pictures on Instagram of my makeup before, the main question I get asked quite a lot is what foundation I do use, because I have the palest skin. And a lot of people that I know do as well, but can never quite find the right foundation that's pale enough, or one that's doesn't melt off your face, or just one that stays on all day. So the one I use and have used for quite some time now is this one, which is Revlon Colour Stay. And I'm actually a really big fan, mainly because I've tried every single foundation under the sun, especially since, you know, when you're in high school and the big Dream Matte Mousse thing came out, but that was completely rubbish. And I've even tried things like MAC, because as much as it is expensive, everyone kind of said it was good. But I have the worst skin, also known as combination skin, which is kind of like, it can't decide from one day to the next whether it wants to be oily or dry or whatever else. So this is also a combination foundation. Unlike mine, yours won't be broken at the top if you ever buy it. But it is actually really good, and the shade is 105 Buff, which is really, really good for my pale skin, as it blends really well, because if you're quite pale, you usually get the big orange line right the way around your chin, which nobody ever wants. But yeah, I'm really, really a big fan of that, because I have, like I said, I have tried MAC and things before, but they were like, but especially MAC itself just didn't stay on my skin for like the whole day. It was, well, I'd say it lasted about 5 minutes, and even then you have to keep powdering your face, which especially if you're at work or if it's really hot, you don't want to keep doing. So yeah, really good foundation. The second thing I want to talk about is concealer, and mainly because I've had a lot of questions about that recently off a lot of my friends for what concealers I use. And at the moment, this is my personal favourite, which is the MUA Pro Base one. You can use it as a primer or a concealer, and I use the yellow one because if you didn't know, there are different colours of concealers that you can get, and there's a big chart which I will talk about later. But yeah, I use yellow mainly because I've got quite, well, like purpley bags under my eyes quite a lot because of, I want to say lack of sleep, which would be a lie because I sleep quite a lot, but just have quite purpley like veins and everything in my face, and yellow neutralises purple. And it also kind of acts as a really good base for your foundation, and you can even use it as an eyeshadow primer if you don't own one, which is really good. They're also really, really cheap. It's about £2 I think from Superdrug, so that's just also really good. But a lot of my friends have asked me kind of what they'd use if they had bad spots, and obviously usually if you get spots or acne, it shows up as red on your face, and even if it's not spots, if you just get red patches, that's kind of something that's like not easily covered up by a lot of foundation, and you don't really want to wear a lot anyway because then it looks cakey and then you're kind of worrying about it the rest of the day, and then if you put more powder on it looks worse. So the one for red skin and spots is usually green because that cancels out and sort of cools down the red. I don't have one of those at the moment because I'm quite lucky with how unblemished my skin is, but yeah, if you do have, you know, acne prone skin or red blotchy skin, then definitely the green concealer is good, which MUA also do in the little pots for £2. Usually if you just kind of put a bit, I use a concealer brush usually, and just kind of dab a little bit on where the red areas are. Don't rub it in or anything, and then apply the foundation over the top, and then you literally can't see it. It's really fab. And I forgot to tell you how much this was. So this is really great at only £11, which considering MAC and things like that can be like in the £20–30 range, is really, really good. The only one that I'd say I've ever used that's expensive was the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I think that's the type of thing that a lot of girls usually have, like 2 foundations, the one you wear every day and the one you have for special occasions. And the Estee Lauder one's definitely the special occasion thing, because I think that's like £35 or something like that, which I'm not willing to pay every month when I need a new bottle because I'm poor. So, and that's kind of why I wanted to do this blog as well, to just kind of talk about the makeups I use and get asked about, and kind of tell you things that when you see all these people on Instagram and it's all, this makeup's from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm like, that's great, but not only is it like £30 to buy, you've then got to pay for shipping and whatever else and wait for it, which I'm impatient and don't want to wait for it, and also don't want to pay like £10 for shipping. So like over the next couple of videos that I'm going to do and post, I just kind of want to show you alternative things to buy rather than the really expensive ones that are pretty much the same thing. But other than that, that's all for this video guys. Really thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.